Okay, I have made this recipe so many times I know it by heart. I did a video, but I didn't like it. I need to go back and make a new one. Okay, so the ingredients you need are eggs, because you're going to separate them and get a cup of egg whites. Fresh is the best. I've done the carton and it works, but I just find that the duck eggs I use work the best. Then you want to add a 1/3 cup of protein powder, egg white protein powder. I get mine on Lucky Vitamin. It's cheaper. And then I add a teaspoon of cream of tartar. That helps get the eggs really fluffy. Some people don't use it, but I like it. Then I add a 1/2 teaspoon of Redmond's real salt. It's not regular table salt, it's really good salt. And the reason I add a 1/2 teaspoon is because the butter I add, which you don't have to add, is unsalted. Then I add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes, a teaspoon of gelatin. You can use any kind of gel. I use Knox gelatin, it's no big deal. Some people use beef, whatever. And then I add 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. You don't need to, but they say it helps with flavor. And then I add a tablespoon of arrowroot powder. Again, you don't have to use it. I didn't use it before, and then the gal I watched started putting it in. And then a tablespoon or 2 of artificial sweetener. I use Swerve. You can use erythritol, stuff like that. Allulose is what they use. Allulose makes the brown color, and I can't do allulose. It gives me diarrhea. And then I mix that really, really good, like 3 to 5 minutes on high in my stand mixer. And then, you want to make sure it's not a humid day. Like today would have been really bad. And then you mix that really, really good. I want to make sure I have all the ingredients. I'm pretty sure I do. And then I add 2 egg yolks, and I add a tablespoon of buttermilk powder, which you do not have to add, and you can get it at Safeway. And then I add a 1/2 cup of frozen grated, which I've previously grated, put in the freezer, butter, which you don't have to add. I was making it without it before, and I might even cut back to a 1/4 cup, like a 1/2 stick, because it's really greasy, which is good, but because fat's not the problem, sugar and flour are the problem. And that's what causes our illnesses. Anyway, so then you beat it like 10 seconds, and that's it, because it will deflate. Fat and egg whites do not mix. Make sure there is absolutely no water and no egg yolks in your egg whites. And then I put it in a parchment lined like meatloaf pan, and I bake it for 35 to 40 minutes on 325. Then I turn off the oven for another 10 minutes, and then I take it out.